Hi there. So, if you guys play pickleball like I do, you're probably wearing one of these shoes. These are your basic trainer, or I guess you can use them for tennis, tennis shoes, which would be perfect for pickleball. Kind of. Not quite perfect, but very good for pickleball. These are also running shoes. So these were my like catch-all athletic shoes, if you will, when I started to play pickleball about 2 years ago. So after a while, I noticed that these shoes weren't quite comfortable because in pickleball you make a lot of lateral movements, and that puts a lot of stress, not just your heel, but at the arch, and I guess they call them the transverse arch, which is that ball that's right here. So I ditched these, and I played a lot of sports, and one of them is indoor soccer. So I had these indoor soccer shoes, and I thought I'd try them. So I found that these indoor soccer shoes worked really well. The traction was great, but I wore out the sole quite quickly, as you can tell. As you can see that it's starting to actually just completely wear off. Another thing that I found with the soccer shoes, by the way, I love the look and the color of indoor soccer shoes. That's why I wore them for so long. And I noticed that on I guess this is called the feather edge. The feather edge isn't great for pickleball because you do push against us as you're making lateral movements. And I found that I was rubbing against this quite a bit. The one thing that pickleball shoes, or shoes that weren't made for pickleball, is that transverse arch is not supported. And that actually does hurt after a while because there's a big bone, like a little ball right here. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the number 1 that hurts the most. So I ditched these. Then I went and looked at court shoes. Shoes that are made specifically for courts, like this unorthodox shoe was made for badminton. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of support for that feather edge. The problem, as you can see here, there's a lot of scuff marks from doing, stopping and going. From stopping and going. And the same problem came back to haunt me, which is that the top of your arch here is this part of the shoe just was not made for pickleball, as it wears out quickly. And then actually I can probably stick my finger right through there, but yeah. And but these look really nice, and I do like the feel of it. The only problem I have with the unorthodox is this collar, I think it's called. The collar actually on the outside sits quite high, and so it does rub against your ankle bone a lot. I didn't like that, but otherwise this was a really good solid pickleball shoe that I used for almost 5 months. So now, recently released from this little company called Fila, and they actually made a pickleball shoe. Look at that. So I just got it today. I will be playing with these tonight, and it's seemingly, look at this, that ball I was talking about. So I'm going to try this out tonight, and then I will give you a full review on what Fila thinks is the perfect pickleball shoe. Right, so I played with these for a couple of months, so here's my review. Well, as you can see, that little ball is always going to haunt you in pickleball, and it simply it just doesn't last. And you can kind of see that in 2 months it's starting to wear exactly where every other shoes that I've owned has the exact same problem. I actually found the Fila to be slightly heavy. I liked them. I like the way they look. They feel okay. And the movements, I felt good in them, but I just felt like they were heavier than I would have liked. So, let me get on to my most recent pair of shoes. And it's a company called Acacia, I believe. These are brand new, but there's a story behind them. This is my second pair. Is clearly my favorite. This is the one that I've been using for the past 2 months, and everything about these shoes is perfect. They have the right amount of weight. The support is fantastic for side-to-side movement. The heel support, and I think the heel is slightly elevated here, which is really nice for pickleball. And but the same problem as I mentioned before is they just won't last. So these are my second pair in as many as 2 months. They look great when they come, but in 2 months there's going to be a hole right where your big heel is, so your instep is. Let me show you what they look like after 2 months, and there is a story behind this because I kind of got sick of buying shoes every 2 months, so I'm actually trying to repair the one that I had. But these are the old ones, and so you can see that there's a lot of abuse on this side here. So I'm basically wearing all this out, and again, I only play about 3 to 4 times a week, but I guess I play pretty hard. The heel has a hole in it, so this is actually a brand new outsole. So I'm actually trying to repair this because there is a hole right there. I just did this literally a day ago. I'm pretty sure that this is not going to hold up, but I'm trying something new because I can't just be buying new pair of shoes every 2 months. So this may or may not work, but I did the same thing on this side. The left foot is not as bad as the right foot, so it held up okay. In fact, the left one looks almost brand new still. But those are 2 months. So this is what it looks like 2 months later. This is what it looks like out of the box. But without a doubt, these are by far my favorite. The weight of this shoe. Oh, yeah, you know what? Adding this actually added some weight to it, which I don't like. But we shall see. It's better than buying new shoes every 2 months. But out of the box, the weight is perfect. You do feel like you're floating in it on air. There's I think the Acacia is the brand that this guy Taylor Loon, I think the pro uses this brand, and I think I know why, because it's really nice. But that's my review, and this is why pickleball shoes are important. So choose carefully. People just kind of overlook the type of shoes they wear, but they're really important, and they will help your game to a point. So there you go.